Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hopefully, this will be the last break. As I wrap up the last 15 minutes of the program. Okay. Uh, Today's one of those days, you know how it is, right? Speed fluctuates until now it falls. And so today it's not only fluctuating, but it's also fell, right? So it's been falling. So I have a playlist for all my viewers who do not have the patience to go through this with me. So you can watch it seamlessly later, okay? I'll do the playlist and send it out, okay? So I was actually commenting, guys, on that story that I gave you concerning Darren Vaz. I'm wrapping it up so I can go into my international news right about now, okay? I was saying before we got interrupted that the Prime Minister has given Darrell Vaz now the portfolio of housing. So he took away the land and give him the housing. So he has made it now easier for him now to get his single family house that he wants for his Airbnb, right? Because under housing, you can probably get a house that's already completed. These people are so in. I mean, the words do not explain. I mean, seriously, we're going to say no, you take bad something make laugh. Yeah, I have to take bad something make laugh, guys. Because if you follow these people now, you will go crazy. But I hope you're watching, you know, guys. I hope you're watching and learning and see how our representatives behave, how they represent us. I hope you're watching and learning and see what they're doing. Okay, do not be blinded by color, guys. Mm? Do not be blinded by color. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. The Lord wants to open our eyes. He wants our eyes. He does not want us to stay in our folly, in the darkness. He does not like darkness. He likes light. He wants us to be enlightened, guys. Yeah, that's what he wants. And so, right, he has made it possible through COVID-19 to put certain things in place so that we can all see. He's exposing this and exposing that. Attention, guys. Pay close attention to what is happening here in Jamaica, what our representatives are doing. Yeah? Mhm. All right, so now I'm gonna go overseas because I'm a woman without border, guys. Woman without borders, so I have to give you international news. I cannot go through my program without giving you international news. So I was supposed to have given you this one yesterday. So I'm gonna start with the one that I should have given you yesterday, and then go into the ones for today, right? No commentary. Just giving you the straight news. All right. Yeah. So police in Iran said they have arrested three people accused of trying to sell babies on Instagram. Semi-official news agency ISNA reported on Wednesday, quote, three people who were seeking to sell two babies have been arrested. Tehran's police chief Hussein was quoted as saying, one of the babies was 20 days old and the other was 2 months old, Rahimi said. Police had been alerted about ads on Instagram for selling babies, he added. They discovered 10 to 15 accounts involved in the scheme on the photo sharing social media platform, and their administrators were arrested. Each baby had been bought, listen to this, guys. Each baby had been bought for between 50 and 100 million reals before being offered for resale for 400 to 500 million. No, before you panic and thinking, oh my God, let me put it into perspective for you. In actuality, that's approximately 500 US dollars per baby. Still a lot of money for baby still. You understand what I'm saying? You know, it's not like in Jamaica where you say basically you sell one for $1 million. Yeah. So the three people who were arrested had prior records, right? And the infant had since been handed over to social services. Okay, so um, like I said, guys, I'm throwing it out there to you, not giving any 2 cents on it, no commentary, right? I think they are self-explanatory, and you can basically form your own conclusions with the story as I give them to you, right? So, continuing, guys, with the international news for you. So, the U.S. Court of Appeals for for the District of Columbia Circuit ruled yesterday that the District Judge Emmett Sullivan must dismiss the case against President Trump's former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, who twice pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI during investigations into the Russian interference in the 2016 election. The court, in a 2-1 decision, that's a 2-4, 1 against, sided with Flynn, and the Department of Justice, DOJ, move to drop the case in May, stressing that to allow Sullivan to dismiss the DOJ decision would encroach on his prosecutorial powers, right? Judge Naomi Rao, a recent appointee to the court by Trump, wrote in the judgment stating, each of our 3 co-equal branches should be encouraged to self-correct when it errs. If evidence comes to light calling into question the integrity or purpose of an underlying criminal investigation, the executive branch must have the authority to decide that further prosecution is not in the interest of justice. In this case, the district court's actions will result in specific harms to the exercise of the executive branch's exclusive prosecutorial power. Josh Gerstein and Kyle Cheney report for Politico. All right. Continuing with international news for you guys. I want to give you this other one. Man, the story is so long. One second. And according to the Johns Hopkins University, United States has seen a record number of daily coronavirus cases, 37,000. The new record surpasses the previous high record set by New York on April 24th of 26,739. Can you hear that, guys? Can you believe this? This is what is happening over there in America. This is why you're banning them from entering. New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut were yesterday making plans to quarantine visitors from states that have had recent COVID-19 outbreaks. And there are 26 states that have done that, guys. More than half of the states in the US having outbreaks. The plans intend to require those entering from states that have seen rising cases to isolate for 14 days, and is expected to apply to nearly, they say 40%, but it's actually closer to 50% of the US population, 131 million people. Okay, and there's one more thing that I want to tell you guys before I end today. One more thing I want to give you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is my international story that I want to give to you? Ah, here it is. Yeah, okay. So, let me give you this one, guys. An Algerian criminal court on yesterday, sentenced a former prime minister and energy minister to prison on corruption charges in the latest crackdown on former officials in an OPEC nation struggling to allay youth discontent with the former regime. Former Prime Minister Ahmed Yahia was sentenced, I think I didn't pronounce wrong, was sentenced to 12 years, while ex-energy minister Youssef Youssouf was sentenced to 3 years in prison, El Kabar News website reported yesterday. The verdict was a second against Wahia, who had already been sentenced to 15 years in another corruption case in December 2019. The court also handed down a 20-year prison term to Wahia's former industry and mining minister Abdesalam Boukareb, while businessman Morad Holmi received a 10-year sentence. All the charges were connected to corruption, money laundering, and the abuse of power. Meanwhile, the COVID-19 pandemic has led to a surge in authoritarian behavior by governments around the world, posing a growing threat to democracy. Hundreds of former prime ministers, presidents, and Nobel laureates and lawmakers have warned. The virus was first identified in the central Chinese city of Wuhan in December and has since spread around the world, prompting countries across Europe, Asia, and the Americas and Africa to step in, many limiting free movement, free speech, public assembly, and other civil rights. Quote, authoritarian regimes, not surprisingly, are using the crisis to silence critics and tighten their political grip, wrote some 500 signatories, including more than 60 former leaders in an open letter organized by the Stockholm-based Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance IDEA. Even some democratically elected governments are fighting the pandemic by amassing emergency powers that restrict human rights and enhance state surveillance without regard to legal constraints or parliamentary oversight. More than 80 countries have enacted emergency measures, according to the US-based International Center for Nonprofit Law, ranging from curfews and fines for those who breach the rules to extra surveillance, censorship, and increased executive powers. The overall impact has been a dilution of democratic norms, which has implications for political freedom, as well as the ability of governments to handle the crisis and future health agencies, said IDEA's Secretary General. Among the countries he cited as having introduced authoritarian measures or having fallen short on accountability were the Philippines, Hungary, El Salvador, and Turkey. And I would add Jamaica. Yeah. All right, guys. That's it. That's it for me, for you, for today. I've come to the end of the program. I hope you enjoyed the program. I am sorry, guys, that the feed fell so many times today, and but I do hope that you got the gist of everything and you enjoyed the program. Nevertheless, let me see my thumbs up. I give me my thumbs up anyway, guys. Right? And again, for those persons who weren't watching, you were spared. So I will put the playlist together and send out the link so you can watch it seamlessly. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. So as I said, I've come to the end of the program today. I will be back tomorrow at midday, God willing, right? When I will have more stories for you concerning what's happening both locally and internationally. Lots been happening and lots will continue to happen, and I'm here to basically give you what I know. Whatever I know, as a student of knowledge, guys, I share with you, my fellow students of knowledge, right? Absolutely. Remember, guys, to share the link, because knowledge is nothing if kept to yourself. Knowledge must be shared and it must be applied. So share the link, okay? Do not keep it to yourself, guys. And remember to subscribe to the channel, all right? And I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, Omega News JA. You can go over there and like, comment, and share. Mwah. Thank you so much for spending this afternoon with me. I do appreciate you. And guys, remember that as you go out there, we're in a pandemic. So remember to practice infection control measures and physical distancing, not social distancing. We must be sociable creatures. We are created to be social beings, to help each other, to love, to show love and compassion for each other, okay? And so remember, do not let the day end without you helping at least one person. If each one help one, we'll make the world a better place. Yeah, that's what our Creator wants of us. Okay, darlings, thank you so much for spending time with me. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow at midday. Until then, as always, I say to you, stay blessed and be a blessing. This is JJ, Woman Without Borders. Love you. Bye.